Have you ever wondered what it would be like to spend a night in a place where history and horror collide? Where every creak in the floor, every whisper tapper in the dark might just be something or someone from the other side. Tonight, we're diving into the chilling tales of three of the most haunted locations in the world. But beware, these aren't just ghost stories. These are real places with real histories, and they're just as terrifying as the legends they've inspired. So, turn off the lights, settle in, and let's explore the dark corners of the Amityville Horror House, the Stanley Hotel, and England's Borley Rectory. But I warn you, once you start, you may not be able to stop. Are you ready? Let's begin with a house that has become the stuff of nightmares, the Amityville Horror House. In 1975, the Lutz family thought they had found their dream home, but just 28 days later, they fled in terror, leaving everything behind. Why? Picture this: green slime oozing from the walls, the sound of a ghostly marching band in the middle of the night, and voices, terrifying, disembodied voices that would chill anyone to the bone. And if that's not enough, imagine knowing that just a year before you moved in, 6 members of the DeFeo family were brutally murdered in their sleep by one of their own in that very house. Coincidence or something darker? But before you get too comfortable, let's move on to our next stop. Our journey now takes us to the heart of Colorado, to a place that inspired one of the greatest horror stories ever told, the Stanley Hotel. Stephen King only stayed one night, but it was enough to inspire The Shining. Can you imagine why? Guests have reported hearing piano music from the empty ballroom. And if you're staying in room 217, don't be surprised if you wake up to find a ghostly maid tucking you into bed. That's right. At the Stanley, the spirits don't just haunt, they're helpful. But don't be fooled. This hotel's charm is just a veil over something much darker. The air is thick with a sense of unease, as if the walls themselves are whispering stories of the past, just waiting for someone to listen. Are you brave enough to check in? If not, our final stop might just change your mind. Now, we travel to England, to what was once known as the most haunted house in all of Britain, Borley Rectory. Imagine living in a place where the ghost of a nun wanders the halls, where objects move on their own, and where every step you take echoes with the footsteps of the unseen. In 1930, famed paranormal investigator Harry Price spent a year at Borley Rectory. What he found was more than just bumps in the night. He documented voices calling out from the void, objects being thrown, and an overwhelming sense of dread that hung in the air like a thick fog. The rectory burned down in 1939, but the hauntings didn't stop. Even today, those who visit the site report feeling a cold, oppressive presence, as if the spirits of Borley are still waiting for the home they lost. So do you believe in ghosts? Or are these just stories? Either way, these places exist, their histories are real, and the fear they inspire is as alive today as it was back then. The next time you hear a creak in the night, just remember, it might not just be the wind. Thanks for joining with Creep Tales on this journey through some of the world's most haunted places. If you enjoyed this trip into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to uncover more dark histories and paranormal mysteries. Until next time, sleep tight if you can.